Hi, lovely. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Annabelle Makeover. If this is the first time you come across my video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe in my channel. Today's class, we want to show you step by step on how to achieve this beautiful look you see in the picture. So I start by cleaning my face. After that, I apply my moisturizer using my flat brush to apply the moisturizer. The moisturizer I'm using is Moist Essence Blossom, and also using my primer to prime my face because this is a summertime. So after I apply a primer for my face, I allowed it to set before I can apply foundation. So I first of all start my eyebrow. I trace the outline of the brows. Then I start from the lower side of my eyebrow and also take it to the upper side of my brows to give a shape before I begin to fill the brows. So what I use in giving this shape is my Carite gel liner. That is what I use in giving my eyebrow shape before I will now comes to fill inside of the brows. So whenever you want to fill the eyebrow as a beginner, try to give the shape of it. Trace the under from the outline of your brows to the upper side of your brows. You trace the outline of your eyebrow before you can get the shape that you want. And after that, guys, I use my pencil to fill the inside of my brows. I didn't want to use my gel and filler to fill the eyebrow, so I use eye pencil for the middle of the eyebrow. Why am I doing that? I want it to still remain natural and nice, so that is the reason I'm using pencil at the middle of it. And it's time for me to use concealer to correct the eyebrow. So I use a lighter shade that match with my skin tone for the under of my eyebrow, while I'm using a foundation shade that is not really my own skin tone for the upper of my eyebrow. I did likewise to the second side of my eyebrow. I used the lighter shade of concealer to line the eyebrow to correct the line of my eyebrow, and I make sure that I trace the outline of that eyebrow, so that because if you mess into the eyebrow you will not get the perfect shape of this eyebrow. So make sure that while you are correcting your eyebrow with concealer, you trace the outline very well so that you can get the perfect shape without making a mistake. So I now come back to use my ankle brush. Some people call it a flat brush, to trace the outline very well in order for me to have a perfect shape. Times for me to apply my eyeshadow. I'm using a matte eyeshadow shade to apply for this transition. So I start by applying transition in my eyelid, and I'm using an orange shade of eyeshadow to start this my transition, guys. And I start this transition from the outer side of my eyelid, and then I flow my hand with the floppy blush into the inner corner of my eye. That is how to apply transition in your eyelid. And when you are applying this transition, try to flow your hand, apply it lightly. Don't pick too much of eyeshadow on it so that it will not look harsh. Instead, when you are taking lightly, it will make the background of the eyeshadow to look very soft. And then I want to combine it with a navy green color, or army green color, sorry guys. So I use eyeshadow base before I apply this a matte eyeshadow. for this color. I also did likewise to the second side of my eyeshadow base first. Why am I using the eyeshadow base? It will help the eyeshadow to look, the texture of it to be very smooth, and it will not be falling, or the eyeshadow will not just fade out. But when you are using this eyeshadow base, it helps your eyeshadow to last and it will not fade out even though you use it till tomorrow. So I go with my fluffy blush again to blend and set the shape of the eyeshadow very well, guys. I still touch this army green color very well for my eyelid and keep blending it so that it will be smooth. Instead of me to put an eyeliner, I use my black eyeshadow to shade the side of my eyelid. Then later I go with my false lashes. There is no makeup without lashes. Or else you just like it like that. But I like putting lashes in my makeup. So so that it will help to pop out my face well or the makeup well. When fixing lashes, make sure that you put it at the line of where you have your natural lashes. Don't put it on top, because when you put on top and when you are opening your eye, your lashes will stand separate with your natural lashes, which is not good. So guys, please learn. And now is the time for application of my eye my foundation, sorry. So I'm using El Oreo Accord Perfect Foundation. The foundation is very nice. It has a full coverage and is very nice, very soft when applying it in your face. I don't need to set too much things on this foundation. Don't need to talk too much on this foundation. A mere looking at it, you will know that the foundation is a nice product. So nice. Now I'm going with my concealer to highlight the T region of my face. The concealer that I'm using is still the same product with my foundation, the El Oreo concealer. It is a foreign product, it's not a Nigerian product. So I use my beauty blender to blend this work, blend it and make sure that it sits into my skin, my face very well. Guys, after when I finish my applying of my concealer. So I go with my powder, my finishing powder, to touch the area. Then now is the time for me to contour my face. I'm using my matte finishing powder, the color, the medium shade, to apply or to use for my contouring. And watch the area that I'm applying my contour. And now contour the side of my nose to trim the nose and bring out the pointed nose in me. Then now I'm going with my setting powder to set into the side that I highlight the face. I use the setting powder to highlight my face also. And the color of the setting powder, guys, is white. The setting powder name that I use, or the product, is Afo. Afo. Afo setting powder is a Nigerian product. It's very nice. So I use the setting powder again to arrange the side of my nose. Then I set my face with my setting spray. The setting spray I'm using is this product, ELF Miss Magic Spray. That's what I'm using. And now is the time for me to line my lips. I'm using a brown liquid lipstick to line up the line of my lips. Then I go with a red lipstick. Guys, watch the combination. A red lipstick that I apply at the middle of my lips will turn to pink. Just watch and see the color of lipstick that I apply with this red, and see the outcome of it. Even to apply only the brown lipstick and the red lipstick is still fine. But I didn't want to use complete brown and red today, so I rather mix a nude color in it and it turned to pink. So I keep blending it. Whenever you are applying your lipstick, make sure that you use your floppy blush to blend it. Guys, this is the color of the nude lipstick I'm talking about. So when applying it with a red lipstick, you see this shade of um color that you see in my lips coming out like pink. The combination is very nice. It helps to pop out my look. So after when I finish with my lipstick, I'm going to touch a orange and mix up with a pink color blush at the side of my cheek. I love when my look is colorful with blush. So I touch the chin, my nose, my cheek for the blush. Then I go with my powder blush or blending brush to use and remove those setting powder I use in setting my face. I keep blending it to make sure that all the face everywhere is blend. So I go with my finishing powder to use it and blend, mix everything together, blend all the areas in your face so that there will be no patches left for it. I still touch a setting powder again to touch under the my eyelid in order to make the area look transparent, and also touch my contour again for the nose. Lastly, I go with my lip gloss to apply for the lipstick. If you don't like the lips or lip gloss, you can leave your lips like that without lip gloss. So after that, I go with my bronzer to put it at the cheekbone, my nose tips, my chin, and my nose line. I set the face finally. Guys, this is the final look of this work. Yes, it's very simple. If you are a beginner and you want to know how to do makeup, follow us. And when you watch our video, don't forget to like and share, comment, and that will really enable us to do more when we see your encouragement in our work. Thank you very much. Bye.